Question 8. Mr. Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to ask the Minister for Infrastructure how the protection of pedestrian safety is assessed and tested as part of the regular changes to the Promenade Redevelopment area.
Minister for Infrastructure to reply.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Department and its appointed contractor use industry standard guidance used to explain the requirements of the New Roads and Street Works Act 1991 of the United Kingdom. Traffic and pedestrian management plans are developed to provide a safe method for the protection of pedestrians before working areas are established. This process is carried out for each subsequent change to the working area as the scheme progresses. As part of these assessments, vulnerable users are always given priority, and so far as is possible, suitable temporary provision is provided to a similar standard that would be provided once the works are completed. Discussions with vulnerable user groups have continued through the work to date, with current information being forwarded to Manx Blind Welfare when temporary changes are made to familiar facilities used by its members. Should any difficulty be reported by a pedestrian using temporary facilities along the promenade, the provisions are reviewed to help ensure the safety and comfort of the pedestrian. Thank you.
Supplementary, Mr. Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Minister, for that most interesting answers. In recent days, I've raised concerns about pedestrians accessing the road at the bottom of Broadway, the inability of motorised disability scooters to climb the pavement outside the Spectrum building, and the inability of mothers with pushchairs to walk along the designated path north of the Empress. In each of these three issues, the people involved have been forced into the road. Why is this disregard for human life happening?
Minister to reply.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I mean, clearly we've got some challenges with a major construction site, which is also a main thoroughfare for vehicles and pedestrians. I certainly don't take the comments that the Honourable Member's made lightly, and I'd be happy to pick up the specific points with him and get those looked at and by the team delivering the prom to try and find out how we can improve and address those issues. Clearly, they are significant points, and I'm happy to pick them up and liaise with the Honourable Member on those.
Mr. Moorhouse.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Minister. On Monday, I went to see the new sign asking pedestrians at the bottleneck car park to use the other footpath, but there doesn't seem to be one. Are ministers expected to walk through the car park and into oncoming traffic? This is something that's clearly visible from outside the corridor, outside your office. Thank you, Mr. President.
Minister to reply.
Thank you very much. Again, I'll pick up the specific of that with Mr. Moorhouse. And he says it's directly visible from outside the window of my office. I honestly wish I had time to stand at the window outside my office and actually look at this. There's so much going on in the department. The important thing with stuff like this is to make sure that it's brought to my attention or to the officer's attention, and we will pick up and resolve to the best extent that we possibly can, Mr. President.